Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Let's Build. If you didn't already know, this is the show where I build and review some of your favorite construction brick sets. And today I'm going to be taking a break from doing the Avengers Age of Ultron sets that I have been doing. I have a couple more of those built that I have yet to review, but those will be coming shortly. But I wanted to stop and do this special set. I got it. Well, it's special because I didn't actually pay for it. Yeah, it's a couple years old, but it's still, from what I know, it's a pretty popular set. It's the Simpsons House, set number 76001, or no, 71006, and it has 2,523 pieces. Personally, that is the biggest set that I have ever built. So I knew this was going to be a challenge when I first started it. And just to give you guys a little background on how I got this set, I have a couple friends whose son just recently had a birthday, and a few of the family members went in together and bought this big set for him, which I believe right now is going for about $200. So, yeah, them knowing that I'm a big Lego enthusiast, and also that I've got a YouTube channel dedicated to building and reviewing Lego sets, they offered me the opportunity to build this set for them. And so I just want to say thank you, Vera and Sherwood, and to Gordon for letting me build your birthday present. Yeah, I've seen this set throughout the last couple of years, and it looks cool, but I never thought I would ever get it to build it because I'm not a big fan of The Simpsons, and that's nothing against the show. I just never watched it when I was a kid, and by the time I started watching those kinds of shows, I actually gravitated more towards Family Guy, which in coming videos, I'm going to actually have some Family Guy related sets. So, back to this set. Yeah, the only experience I have with Simpsons is that I saw the Simpsons Family Guy crossover episode, and way back in 2007, I actually went and saw the movie, but I've only seen it once, so I don't really remember a whole lot about it, but just building the set, it was an awesome set, and there's so much stuff. There's so many accessories, there's so many details, and the house and every room is it's unique and it's great, and I'm looking forward to telling you guys and showing you guys more about it. So let's go ahead and get on to the set review. Alright guys, so here is just a quick overview of the set in its entirety. As you can see, there's a lot of stuff that came with this set. Pretty much each minifigure comes with their own set of accessories. But the house, it was a really big build. I can't remember if I mentioned this before in the beginning, but it took me a total of around 8 hours to build, it was over the course of 2 days during 3 different sittings. So that to give you an idea about how big this set is. And I know it's not the biggest, but like I said before, it's also the biggest one that I've ever put together personally. So, as you can tell from the set, like I said, we get the Simpsons House, because that's the name of the set. You also get the Simpsons Family Car, and you get 6 minifigures. You got Marge Simpson, Homer Simpson, Bart Simpson, Lisa Simpson, Maggie Simpson, and Ned Flanders. And so yeah, this is just a quick overview of the set and almost everything that it comes with, but we'll definitely get a closer look when we open up the house and take a look. Alright, and here is the first main minifigure that we get with the set. Of course, is the patriarch of the Simpsons family, Mr. Homer Simpson. And as you can see, he's in his work outfit, and he comes with a briefcase, and he comes with a set of pliers that's holding a nuclear rod. And I really like how they did the minifigures with the set. I enjoy seeing when they have to do the minifigures with a special head, just not the regular old minifigure head. As you can tell with this minifigure and in all the other ones, the detailing is really, really cool, and it's extremely screen accurate to the cartoon characters. And here's a quick look at the back of Homer. He doesn't have any printing on the back of his shirt, but there you get to see a little bit of his hairline and his the few hairs that he has left remaining on his head. And here we have Bart Simpson, and as you can see, he's got his iconic outfit on with the red t-shirt, the jean shorts, and the shoes. And the main accessories that he comes with is, of course, his skateboard, and he has a half pipe too. With you can see he's got there's a sticker that came with it that says El Barto that you can stick on there. And I went ahead and did him second instead of Marge because I'm pretty sure that everybody's first or second is either Homer or Bart. So, but you know, again, really cool molding for the head, and looks exactly like he does in the cartoon. And here's a look at the back of Bart. No printing at all really on this minifigure, but there you can see a good bit of the head detail as well, you know, and his ears as well. And you know, it's just, again, really cool detailing on these minifigures. And now we have the matriarch of the Simpsons family, Miss Marge Simpson. And just, you know, here are some of the accessories that she comes with. You know, you can see she's got a shovel with a wheelbarrow that has some potted flowers in it. And let me see if I can turn the wheelbarrow around here real quick. Some of these things in the set have these property of Ned Flanders stickers on there. So, and like I said, I'm not a huge fan of the show, so I don't know all about it, but it seems that they steal a lot of stuff from their neighbor Ned Flanders. But yeah, she's got the wheelbarrow, the shovel, and she also has, it's a pretty cool vacuum cleaner. Like, I've never seen a Lego vacuum cleaner. It's really cool to see how they were able to work that together. And I don't know if you can tell, but I had to zoom out a little bit on her because of how tall her hair is. And I'm not sure if, for those of you guys that collect, are big minifigure collectors, the cases that I keep with me on the back of my desk, I'm not sure if she will be able to fit in there just because of her height with her hair, but you can certainly try. I haven't tried it, so I'm not 100% sure. But you can see she's one of the, you know, other than Homer, so far she's the only one that's got printing. You can see her red pearl necklace, and she's got her regular green dress on with an apron. And I don't know, it might be kind of hard to see, but you can. She has a little bit of the fabric to complete the bottom of her dress and apron. And here's a quick look at her from behind, and you can see she has a little bit more printing showing off her necklace and just the back of her dress with the strap from the apron coming back across. And now here we got Lisa Simpson, and you know, again, this is a really, like, just the molding and everything that they did with her head is just, it looks really great. And she doesn't come with a whole lot of accessories. I think she probably is comes with some of the least, other than Homer. But she's got her A+ paper from school, and she's got a camera on on a stand. And I really like the way that they have the camera set up. It actually kind of reminds me of the one I'm using right now. Yeah, she's got some printing too. She's got her white pearl necklace and her red dress on, and again, she's got a little bit of fabric down there by her legs to complete the bottom of her dress. And here's a shot of Lisa from behind. You can see her really cool hair, and she's actually got a green backpack on too. I don't think I mentioned that before. And you know, you can see, I think she's got a little bit of printing on the back of her, just pretty much the same as on the front, just for her necklace and the rest of her dress. And then also you can see down towards the bottom the fabric that you know, it makes up her skirt. All right, and then the last member of the Simpsons family is Maggie Simpson. And I kind of think it's, I know the Simpsons has been on for, like, you know, 25 years maybe. Gosh, old as I am, but you know, I think it's kind of funny, like, you know, since I'm a fan of Family Guy, they make, you know, people point out the fact that Stewie, really no one, but especially like Stewie, hasn't gotten any older, and you know, she's definitely hasn't gotten any older in the time that it's been on. But her head's pretty similar to the way that Lisa's looks. I really like how she has the little pacifier in her mouth, and up there on the top of her head she has, that's actually her little hair bow is printing. And she's got a pretty interesting torso for the minifigure. I don't think I've ever seen any of the other ones in a little onesie like that before. And she doesn't really come with a whole lot of accessories. She has a crib, which I'll show you guys that in just a little bit. But on the front of the box, she's holding a drill. And if I remember correctly, I think I heard that she's always seems to be getting into some sort of dangerous situation. So I guess it's fitting that she's the baby that has a drill. And here's a quick look at the back. You know, no printing on this minifigure at all. But you know, again, the way the back of her head looks is really close to Lisa, and you can see she's got, it's kind of cute, the little bit of the onesie down there towards the back is kind of a little bit longer than the other parts. And finally, the last minifigure in the lineup is Mr. Ned Flanders himself, and he's the only non-Simpsons minifigure that you're going to get in this set. And he's got his Hail to the Chef apron on there, and he's got a little spatula, and he's got a really cool grill. I actually really like it. I think it's pretty cool. And you know, as you can see, there's also 2 hot dogs grilling on it. And let me see if I can get just a little bit better look at the grill. Yes, okay, they fell off. Yeah, you can see it's, you know, orange and red, I guess, to make it look like the flames right there. And like I mentioned, there's a sticker on the back right there. It says "Property of Ned Flanders." And yeah, it's I like his minifigure probably the most. I think the head, it was really well done with his glasses and his mustache and his high hair. Yeah, I think overall, I think this is probably my favorite minifigure of the set. And that is what good old Ned Flanders looks like from behind. You see a little bit of printing on the back for his apron, and then the back of his head where you can also see his ears. Alright guys, now we have the Simpsons Family Car. And I don't know if it's supposed to be any kind of specific make or model or anything like that, but it's pink, and you can tell from the front, I think it's the front driver's side, it looks like it's supposed to have like a little bit of damage, because if you look on the passenger side, it's just got a smooth plate, but on the driver's side it has those tile pieces and makes it look kind of crunched up. Here's a look at it from the back. You probably saw on the front there's actually the license plate stickers on the front and back bumper, and it even has the trunk right here. It even opens up. And here's a look down in the top, and it's kind of interesting that there's no actual top to this car, so you can see directly down into it. It's probably because of Marge Simpson's hair. I just realized that. But there's you can see the steering wheel. Then it looks like there's the gear shift, and then there's a spot for 2 minifigures, and then you can also see there's that sticker right there for the cassette player. And there is a back seat right there, but there aren't any like pegs, so I don't know how any of the other minifigures could sit down in there. It probably wouldn't be secure. And finally, here is a look at the front of the car. I really like the way they did the grills, and there you can see that there's the sticker for the license plate down at the bottom, and you got another one of those lever pieces right there for the antenna. Alright guys, so I don't know about you, but I'm ready to go ahead and start digging into the inside of this house. I think we're going to start off with the garage. Now the garage is actually, it's connected to the house, but there are pegs that you can just connect the garage to the house, and you just pull it out, and there we go. Alright guys, so this is the top of the garage, and just like with the house, which we'll see in just a minute, all of the roofs come off, and simply they're just pretty much just leaning up against each other, so you just pop the top off, and then this side, and you can see on the bottoms right there, these are the actual pieces that keep them, that keep them sitting on the ledges right here, and they just lean up against each other like that to keep them steady. But here we have our first look at how detailed the insides of the Simpsons house are. Alright, so you can actually see down in here that, and this is really the only spot of the garage that has any accessories or details, but you just got your little workbench there with a little switch, and then a toolbox. Sadly, that does not open, but you can still take it off. It's just being held with a little peg piece. Go ahead and stick that back on there. And then up against the wall, you got a broom that's just hooked into that little hook right there. And then you have this whole workbench set up that you can actually pop right out of there. And here's just a little closer look at the little tool or workbench kind of thing. It's got a little drawer, cabinet right there. And then you got a bin right here, and it's kind of hard to tell from right here, but there are wrenches and screwdrivers and tire iron and everything sitting right there. And then these are supposed to be paint, and this is supposed to be like a spray paint cans. And then this, it's actually like a like a jailhouse door, but this with these little arms serve as like the like a tool wall. So you got an oil can right here, and then in this one they have you put the little power drill that I had in Maggie's hands. And you can see right there where I pulled the little workbench, or like the tool bin area out, there's just that one tile that has the single peg, and then you can just take it and stick it right back on there, and it's ready to go. And you'll see a lot of those kinds of pieces in the overall house set, because it's just easier to get the furniture in and out. And then also I want to show you that the family car can actually fit in the garage. So you just lift up on the garage door right here, and just go ahead and drive the family car in there and close it up. Alright guys, we are ready to open up the top of the Simpsons house. That's kind of funny, you can actually see my reflection in the top of the roof there. But you can see on the top there's the little antenna right there. And like I showed you before with the garage, these roof pieces come off just as easily. You just pull them off, and there are several, because there's, this whole upstairs area is massive. So you got 3 separate parts, all varying in different sizes. And there is the top of the second floor of the Simpsons house. Alright guys, we're going to start off with Bart's room. And as you can see, his is right up the stairs. And you got the doorway there. You got a keep out sign on his door. And then you have a Krusty the Clown poster. An issue of Radioactive Man on his desk. And then for his bookshelf, you got his hat. I guess this is supposed to be books, and then it looks like some more books, and then he's got a little clock radio down there. And his desk is really cool. I mean, like I said before with the workbench, they're just barely sitting up on there. And yeah, I forgot his chair. His chair is sitting in there, but it's not connected to anything. It's just a little desk chair. And it might be hard to, it's kind of hard to see. I'm going to try and get it in a different angle, but he does have a, little bulletin board that's positioned right above his desk. And then he's got his bed right there, and then he's got a little nightstand with a lamp. And let me show you guys this lamp real quick. So it's just a little lamp, but I've never seen them do a little desk lamp like this before. The main piece is one of the hot dog pieces. I just thought that was kind of funny how they were able to put that together using that little hot dog piece. Alright, and that's just another look at his room from a different angle. And there you can see that he has the bulletin board right above his desk. And also something else I wanted to point out his desk, they added this little piece and tile piece right there, and it's just kind of cool. It looks like it's an open drawer. And then there's the final angle of Bart's room, and I really like that all the beds are pretty similar. I really like how they constructed the bed and have the piece that actually looks like a pillow and comforter and all that stuff. And here I just wanted to take a quick look at the hallway. You can see there's the house, or the doorway to Homer and Marge's bedroom, and then there's the top of the staircase with the banister going around. And then you got a picture of the grandpa, which I don't know why they didn't add him in there. They should have added him in there instead of Ned, I guess. And then there's a picture of Maggie. And now we have Lisa's room. It's kind of a hard angle to get because of this piece right here, but the whole house opens up, so I'll be able to show you guys in a little bit more detail. But you can see she's got her bed, 2 nightstands, she's got a mug on one nightstand and a little lamp on the other. And from this angle you can see she's got a little bookshelf that, like I said, they're all really easily put in there, so you can take them out and move them around however you want to. But the bookshelf, I'm not sure what that is supposed to be, but then on this this shelf you got magnifying glass, and it looks like a jar of something else, and then books. And here's a better look at the other side of Lisa's room. She's just got like a vanity desk with a mirror, and I'm actually holding this piece up because this whole entire section pops off with the one with Bart's room and part of Lisa's room, and then the hallway with the top of the staircase and pictures. And now we're moving on to one of my favorite rooms in this entire house, just because of how constructive they were with putting it all together. But you have the bathroom, and you can see right there that there's the toilet with the flusher, and then right next to it you have, it's funny, that's actually a car door piece, but it's the roller for the toilet paper. And then you got the sink with the faucet and a mirror right there with a little cabinet right next to it. And then you can also see on the opposite side of the bathroom you have the tub shower with I guess that's supposed to be the shower curtain, the shower head, and then you can see they even added the hot and cold controls for the water. Alright, and here we have the last room of the upstairs, and I just went ahead and popped it open. I'll show you guys how to do that in just a second. But it was really hard to get a good angle to show off everything that's in the room. So this is one side of the room with Homer and Marge's king-sized bed. And again, I love how they put these pieces right here and then covered up the top part to make it look like pillows. And then they got two nightstands, and they got a little laundry basket that does come off. Now I'll just go ahead and swing it over to the other side just to show you the opposite side of their bedroom. As you can see, it's got Maggie's crib, and I'll go ahead and bring Maggie over here, and you can just plop her in like that. And she's good to go with her power drill. Alright guys, now here is how it opens up. And you can see that right there in the center where the fireplace is, which is funny, there's a chimney, but there's no actual fireplace that it lets out to. It's just the kitchen down there in the middle. But yeah, you just pop it open, and down there at the bottom there's a little hook on that end, and then also over here on that end, and it just swings together and clicks shut. But yeah, you can just see how big the rooms are. And I went ahead and put this section back on just so you could see the upstairs and downstairs in its entirety. But let's go ahead and dive into the downstairs portion. So now we're moving into my favorite room of the downstairs, and my favorite room of pretty much most houses, and that is the living room. And I know it's kind of hard to see, but I'm going to go ahead and pull this top portion off and let some more light in, and there we go. You see we have the famous Simpsons couch at the beginning of every episode. Let me go ahead and move in a little bit closer so you can really see that. Alright, so there you have the famous Simpsons couch, and right next to it you have a phone. It's really cool just how they constructed. I feel like I'm saying that a lot. It's really cool. I like what all they did in order to construct all these little bits of furniture and appliances and everything like that. I thought that was just pretty ingenious how they were able to do all that. And then if you look further down on the ground, there is the carpet. Now, I made mention that there are no regular pegs on the floors, and I don't know if you've been able to tell from what I've shown you so far, but as you can see, mainly here in the living room, but also along into the kitchen, and then the other side of the kitchen, and then again into the living room over there, which we'll get there in a second, or the other side of the living room. Everything has these tiles, and that was probably the most time-consuming portion of this build. But anyway, here's the TV. I'll go ahead and it's again, it's only held in there by that little peg right there, and you can see the family is watching their favorite show, the Itchy and Scratchy show. I know, based off of what I've seen a little bit of the Simpsons, that is the kind of like the ultraviolet Tom and Jerry show that the family likes to watch. Alright guys, now here is the kitchen
in the Simpsons house. And right off the bat, something that I found kind of odd, and I guess it's just because they couldn't find any spot to actually put it in, but there's no refrigerator, so I thought that was kind of odd. But you do have a stove right here, or an oven, and then the stove top with the pot sitting on it, and then you have the sink, and it's kind of hard to see, but there's the sink right there, and then you have just more counter space with drawers, and then there's more counter space and drawers right here, and there's actually a little pot rack right there. And then there's also the table and chairs. Now, the table and chairs, I would have liked there to have been a spot that they actually sat. You know, you can actually take them and put them right here in front of the bay window, but just the table by itself takes up almost that entire spot. So if you're actually going to be playing with this kind of a set, you're going to need to just, you know, have it sitting out here on the table. And something with these chairs, I didn't really like the way they were constructed. I mean, they're cool. The only problem is that it doesn't make sense, at least to me, that the legs be like that. It makes more sense if you just pop these off and turn them around to where they're like this. Now that to me looks more like a regular chair to me, instead of the way they did that. And I even had to make sure, I had checked the instructions again just to make sure I did them the right way. So, but yeah, that's the only real gripe I have about the kitchen part, is just that there's not a whole lot of room, and the chairs. And also, I forgot to mention that there are a ton of accessories for the kitchen. There are these plates, and then there's a big skillet, and then there's, I'm not 100% sure what these little things are. They kind of look like little Reese's pieces, or like Reese's cups, but there's a couple of these, so not 100% sure what those are. And then you got some knives. And then this actually, I actually left this out. This is one of Lisa's accessories. So, but yeah, and then you have these little, this little tray, and you get forks too. Let me bring that up in here. Fork. So, and I think that there is enough room in those, you know, in the drawers to put most of this stuff, and then you can, you know, put some things like this onto the countertop. Alright guys, and here is the final area of the Simpsons house, and that is actually the opposite side of the living room. And there's not a whole lot there, and there's just this little stool and the piano, which I'll go ahead and pop off there just to get you a better look. And I really like how this is constructed. You know, I keep praising how they're able to build those little you know, bits of furniture out of Lego and make it look really cool. So, but yeah. The piano and the little stool is the only thing that you get in that part of the living room. And overall, even though the tiles are aesthetically pleasing, it would have been nice to have a few other pegs, you know, like these little pegs just scattered around, so that you could place characters on them, or, you know, possibly, you know, if you didn't like the piano over there, you could put it, you know, somewhere over here, or, you know, that kind of a thing. But yeah, I do love how everything is nice and smooth and all that, but yeah, it would have been just a little bit nicer if there were a few other pegs sitting up that you could place things on. Alright guys, well that is it for this video. What did you think of the Simpsons house? Do you have it, and how much was it when you bought it? Yeah, I just want to hear what you guys thought about it, and I just wanted to throw this out there again. In the past, I've said before that I will do Lego sets upon request, so if you guys have any Lego set that you're interested about, or that you're curious about, that you want to see me review, just leave those in the comments down below. And if you have any questions for me, just, again, leave those in the comments down below. But if you like this video, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, and share if you want to, and subscribe to my channel, where, guys, I have tons more videos for you to watch about Lego, and I have some Mega Block sets in there. And so I'm pretty open to looking at other different brands too. So if you guys have any suggestions about which what other brands besides Lego, Mega Bloks, etc. are good, let me know. But I will see you guys in the next video, and as always, keep on building.